Good off, good morning. Good morning. Welcome to Spiritual Conversations. I'm so sorry. There's a little bit of delay with network. Um, I was trying to, I did the live and then I was hearing myself in the background, so I had to cut that so you can start over. Okay, all right. So I'm here. We are back for another spiritual conversation. So basically, I'm yours. I'm for you. I'm with you for the next minutes, or however the spirit leads us to take all your questions and all of those things. So I really appreciate the feedback that you will be giving. And yes, I'm gonna save this live just like we do with all our lives. And I never save lives, but yeah, so just a disclaimer that within our live we won't be doing any dream interpretations, but I am here to give you any advice or whatever it is you need. That's how we said it's spiritual conversation. So feel free to send in your questions and all of those things. And also I'd like to just appreciate you guys for the love and support. I've been seeing your messages, and also in terms of our channel growth, we have grown so much. Hi, Bunolo. Good morning, good morning. I'm trying to go to all. So we have done so much. We have done so much as a channel. It is so good to see that we have moved in the right direction. So personally, I feel lives can be really awkward, but it's better when we are together in them. I think that's why I hardly do lives, but it's best when there's just work behind the live. So please don't forget to like this video and comment so that I am able to assist you, as this is our safe space that we are going to create for us today. So the morning failed us, but we are still here. At least we caught just a few minutes of it, and we are gonna try and push. So for those of you that don't know me or that are new to the channel, I am Pobadimo, the advocate of Idlozi, Ugogo Nkomo Yahlaba, the CEO, executive, and everyone else. Yeah, basically, yeah, the owner of this channel. So I'm a Sangoma and certified African doctor and a spiritual teacher, and so I'm here for this. I'm here for this. Okay, so I will take your questions as you send them, and then we'll take it from there. Just a side note to people that are joining this live: any malicious or couth behavior or comments, you will be blocked from the channel and deleted with immediate effect. We are here for grown reasons and spiritual reasons, not for yeah, not for unnecessary things, if you know what I mean. Okay, so I'll be taking your questions and then hearing okay, let me do this, and then we'll be taking there, and we'll take it from there. Okay, so I'll go back to Sylvia's question. Sylvia says she wants to know something. Did you believe in ancestors from get-go, like before discovering your calling? And if your family did not believe in ancestors, how did I make them accept the calling? Okay, so when it comes to that, I was not a believer of ancestors. I was one of the people that actually didn't regard ancestors for anything. I was against any ancestral belief. To me, it was dark, demonic, and also the type of environment I grew up in really influenced the decision around that. So it took me a while. Literally, it was he left me with no choice. So I had to make a decision to either be or against my calling, be for the calling or be against the calling. So how the family came to be part of this, it was literally affecting any and everyone. I think that's what happens mostly in families, especially if guna someone on a ekhaya nonke, you are going to be affected whether you like it or not, if it's going to be spiritually, mentally, physically, financially, whatever the case might be. There's going to be something that is going to sort of hold you back or hold you stagnant, as into until that spiritual breakthrough or the point has been made across. So I think the thing here is that you can't force your family to believe in ancestors. It's either they do or they don't, and if they don't, it's not something you should impose on them, but also accept where they are coming from. It's a problem if they're gonna get to a point of now judging you and being malicious and having sly comments. But if they just themselves don't believe, then you can't force them, because at the end of the day, you are the sick one, not them. So yeah, it was a struggle prior to that. Togoza UG mother. Togoza Pindile morning Dinty. Yeah, so I hope I answered your question with that, because it's a lot of things, a lot of dynamics and a lot of aspects, but you can't force people to believe that you are Sangoma or you have Amadluzi or whatever the case might be. It's gonna happen when it needs to happen. So I think at the end of the day, you just need to. Thing is, okay. Okay, the pleasure is mine. Okay, so just make sure that when you send Indians, don't mind me when I'm talking. I'll just go through your question. So even if it passes, I see who sent a question. Okay, Fufu's asking, hi, how do I know if I have a closing like confirmation? Okay, Fuku, can you please rephrase the question, because I don't know. Are you saying if you have a lozi like a connection or a lozi like confirmation? I didn't get that question. Ne? Paul says, Togoto Koko, why is it people have spiritual gifts that become very sick? Um when you have a calling, basically while your physical body is affected, right? It's because you are carrying so much energies that need balancing. And ngesintu mhlawumbe ugobela will say to you, idlozi alinandawo yokuhlala. I used to laugh about this ekuthwaseni and say like, what do you mean when I trying to say, but they will say when maybe you have period cramps, udlozi lumdawo and all of this. But when I started growing spiritually, I started to understand that it's all about energy alignment, it's all about energy balance, because already inside of you are containing energies of healing, energies of being a healer. So now with all of these things, think of yourself as ibhodlela eligcwele umoya. So it's gonna affect you. So what it does, your spiritual health affects your physical well-being. That is why you're gonna start feeling sick, because it's gonna show signs. Other people tend to get very, very sick. Other people tend to get less sick than others. For me, it was my sides. It basically how it affects you. Some people will say, good, you are being sick because of maybe ilozilia kulisa. But I always say it's an energy balance, because immediately uma ufike ephahlweni or wherever uyothwasa, then you're going to be fine. So ingulo enjalo, especially yomuntu onedlozi, you can't take them to the doctor. They literally gonna go there for a long time and not get help, and try get assistance and not get help until bakhiphe lento ekubo. And that is why sibodla senza all of that, because every time sibodla senzani, we always, release energy. We are always releasing energy, because I believe we are always a ball of energy. um, okay. Okay, Janelle says, Gogo, what do you do when they tell you that you have idlozi, umnikazi, umsebenzi has never shown themselves to you, or things are just not going right? Um, so basically, I always say consult as much as you can. I always say the three consultation rule. You go to the first person, go to the second person, go to the third person, and if all of them are giving you um the same answer and confirm that you have a calling and etc., then now you need to know who is the umnikazi womsebenzi. Basically, that's the first thing, because normally there are rituals carried out before you can say you are accepting your gift, because kunomsebenzi esiwenzayo uthi umuntu uvuma ubizo. So you cannot just vuma ubizo not knowing ukuthi isikhwama sakho, who's passing it down to you. So you need to know ukuthi ubani idlozi lakho. So that is why sometimes it's very important to go down the family history and kind of know who is who and what is what, and unless probably there is umuntu loyo azoziveza kuwe, because building a relationship between umnikazi wakho owesikhwama and the you, basically the vessel, it is one of the trickiest and most challenging things, because they never want to come to you and seem like they're your friend. They never want to be in a position of feeling like you have full access to them. They are there to protect, because literally if you fumble like this bag that they give you, it's kwama leso, amadlozi are gonna point fingers at them. So they always need to keep you in check. So that's how I'm saying it's important to get the necessary advice that you can get from wherever you are consulting. I honestly hate someone that's gonna tell you unedlozi and then batumnikazi wako uyenzani. Just come out with it. Nginedlozi, then what? What's happening? What is required? Because often these question marks leave us feeling frustrated, because accessing the realm of idlozi and accessing the deep things of the spirit is not a walk in the park. So for someone that doesn't understand it, you're walking around and you believing that unedlozi, but umnigas, there's no connection. There is a problem there. There are so many factors. Sometimes maybe idlozi lasekhaya has never algezwanga okunezinto eziningi umsamakini umoshekele. So that is why we urge consultations. So that consultations are there for a reason, so that you know what steps to take moving forward before you can make big decisions and all of that. Okay, Gabella, I will not answer your question because when I ubale, hi homie, I'm not your homie, I am Gogo. Please, let's not disrespect each other. How okay, I'll come back to this one. I'm trying to give other people a chance. Says Gogo, I have been having trouble with my back, like it's painful. How can I heal it? What is the cause of the problem, Gogo? Because you can have trouble with your back and then sikunikeze umuthi wokulapha iqolo kanti you find good the problem is deeper. I always say, before we are too quick to make a conclusion of uloyiwe or idlozi, have you seen your medical doctors first? Have you received all the necessary x-rays? Have you gone through all of those things? Have you gone consult? Have you gone to consult to know what is the problem? So then, why I say consultation is important, when you go to consult, you are able to be told that this is the problem. Because for example, sikunikeze umuthi wokulapha iqolo ne, and kanti i-problem yakho doesn't stem from iqolo. There's a deeper root in your body. Maybe that back problem is a sign of something else that is wrong. We need to be able to tackle that, if it's a physical or a spiritual problem. If it's a medical problem, you also need to tackle that, so that when usebenzisa amakhambi, because remember amakhambi doesn't mean ukuthi uloya umqolo wakho. It's just traditional medicinal herbs that you are using that are not coming from the pharmacy. So at least when you puza imithi leyo eyeqolo, is it okay? So you look at all these things. Have you been in an injury? Have you, there's a lot of things that we need to look at. You can't just place everything and go to someone and say, that's how I say, you can't go to someone that is a healer and tell them ngiphethe umqolo, and then they go and give you umuti. They'll first sit down with you and try to understand why uphethe iqolo, where is the root of the mqolo coming from, how can we heal it, is it a physical, a spiritual, a medical problem, how can we tackle it? And if especially like in the in our under our institution, we are trained to also advise people to seek medical health care, because I think the also problem with healers, they want to be stuck in thinking that we know everything, we can heal everything. You know, that's why people die in people's ndumbas, because a person comes to you at a problem, you're thinking it's a problem, you give them imbiza, uyamfutisa, kanti umuntu has kidney failure, and jiggy jiggy, they collapse and die in your ndumba, and then who is to blame? So it's good to know the root of the problem before you can just diagnose it. Um. Okay. Uh. Tristan says hi. How do I know if Ingilisiwe? You never know if Ingilisiwe. You never know. It's only, I think, maybe when you go seek help that you will know. But we always say umuntu that is in that predicament can never really tell that they are in that predicament. So it's kind of tricky. There might be symptoms that might be there, because also amadlozi wabantu awafani, and our bodies react differently to izinto that are being given to us. So izliso ziningi, you know, ungabe udlisiwe ukuthi ube itsikitsiki, ungabe udlisiwe ukuthi uthanda umuntu, ungabe udlisiwe ukuthi uye kukhuluma kakhulu. There's a lot of things. So I'll just leave it at that. Like the izliso, they differ, but it is important that at least uthole usizo, if at least you suspecting that udlisiwe, because ukufaka isliso, it's easy than keeper. That is why you always ask a person, especially from a point of healing, are you sure with what you're doing? Because what if after 5 years you don't love this person, and it's a soul tie, it's an unnecessary soul tie that you're gonna have to carry with you for years, and it's so unnecessary. So is this so like izinto ziningi, there's a lot. So I believe if you feel or suspect that there's something, or maybe people are pointing out something, then you go get help. But see the process fully, you know, see the process fully, so that you know, because kunezliso ozitholayo ngephupho, kunezliso ozitholayo yes, it is possible to help a person, because remember, when they are in that trance, angisho abanye abantu they don't know, because ezinye izinto ziyakhulunyiswa. So as a healer, as umuntu olaphayo, you know how to, you look at that case as someone onesilwane. There's something that is controlling them to be or behave or react the way that they are reacting. A normal person, Jay, is gonna have a tough time trying to heal that person. But if you are a healer, you know good to udila ngani ngesilwane, and this is the type of isilwane that I'm dealing with, because until I tackle it from this direction, that is why I'm saying this healing work is not for the faint-hearted. It's not for the faint-hearted. It's not. Bonolo says, do you think that being stagnant and having things feeling like there's blockage and going backwards has anything to do with something not aligning in the spirit? I always say, as sometimes as African people, we are too quick to point fingers and blame amadlozi all the time and blame spirituality. I always say, before you can come to me and complain about your life being stagnant or not moving in the right direction, the question is, are you doing something with your life? Because you can't say to me, I'm not working, my life is stagnant. That time you don't even have a printed CV. That time you don't even have any qualification. That time you haven't even upgraded your matric result. That time you just wake up and sit on your phone the whole day, and then you want to come and say bagvalile or your life is stagnant. We need to be realistic, because we also have this thing of lazy syndrome. We want to be able to blame everything. Oh, mina, this is not happening because of these people, or this, or amadlozi, and anything. Before we can get to ilozi, let's be realistic as healer. Not every problem that it is because of amadlozi. Sometimes people find themselves in those situations, and that's why it's good to ask a person, what are you currently doing with your life? What's the plan? Do you have any plan? You can't also say that you're not seeing any visions from your lozi, you're not seeing anything. The question is, what are you doing to help yourself cleanse yourself so that you are pure and to receive those energies and those messages? This is a two-way street. So that's why you find people saying, I've gone from Cape to Cairo, getting cleansings, getting all these things, and nothing is happening in my life. Because you can't be going from Cape to Cairo and then coming home and chill and then expecting a voila. I always say African spirituality is not about being a magician into living your life, or manipulating the laws of life. It is who we are. It is our belief. It is when amadlozi bless you, grant you, that you will now see the beautiful work in your life. So just because I dropped out of school and I'm thinking drinking Monday to Friday is the best thing for myself, I then wake up and say amadlozi angvalile. Sometimes we also are to blame. It's not all the time that amadlozi are to blame for everything that is happening. So if you are stagnant, if you did everything that you could do and you're still doing and no doors are opening, and then you go to the step of now seeking consultation and going to someone that is a spiritual healer who can now be able to say, okay, we see you spiritually trying to find A, B, and C, but this is where the stagnation is coming from, and this is where you are going wrong, so that you avoid pointing fingers at everything that is supposed to be helping and assist you. uh okay. Okay. Hi, Olga, all the way from Zim. Thank you for having me as well. Morning, Itu. um okay, Elizabeth Gogo says, uma usha ngaphakathi nangaphandle and ukhipha igwebu elimhlophe like ifoam yensipho, what does that mean? So uyasha gogo inside and out, ukhipha igwebu. Why are you not seeking help? I always say this: spiritual things and physical alignments are not Google. Stay off the internet. It's good to go to hambu yobona umuntu, because ezinye izinto, like I say, I'm not about spirituality is black and white. It's a spectrum of colors. So you need to be realistic as a person. You can't sit at home with a sickness unless you've gone to all the doctors and they can't seem to help you. Have you seen someone to help you? Because I will not allow people to self-diagnose themselves and maybe kuthiwe unesiso, or maybe unenkinga esukila kuwe ngaphakathi, or maybe yidlozi leli likwenza so, or noma isidliso lesi esikwenza sona. Before you get to that conclusion, it is good to seek consultation. Black people, don't be ashamed. That is why we are here. We are here for those things, because we are able to see your physical, spiritual x-ray and are able to detect what is the root of the problem. So your body reacting the way it is, if it's a spiritual problem, it's your body trying to let you know that kunento wrong, okungayenzeki kahle, akunanhlalakahle in your spiritual system. But if it's a physical problem, then it is good that you seek help. But like I say this again and again and again, you can't be a normal functioning person and sit at home with the problem and not see a problem with seeking help. For the fact that we are live and you are able to come here and comment, you are more than able to go out and go seek help. Fundiseni ukusukumela impilo zenu. Because what I hate is people that are always camping out for these Sangoma lives to be diagnosed online and be like miraculously diagnosed online. It doesn't happen like that. You need to go out uzifunele usizo. It is your life at the end of the day. So I really say in your case, Gogo, Pagama, make a decision to seek help for yourself before you can rule out the possibilities of everything, because everything eyenzakalayo in terms of our bodies or system, there is a root cause to it, there is a foundation to it, there is an underlying factor to it. So it is good that we understand. Okay, we are moving. Okay, what does it mean when a healer puts a plain white beads on you? What do the white beads mean? Oh my gosh. Okay, so when it comes to beads are very sensitive. They are super sensitive, and why I say this is because we continue to make the same spiritual mistake with every spiritual problem that comes to our lives. So in terms of white beads, I always say beads are like a medication, you know. They are a medication to someone's spiritual life. For umuntu to put beads on them, it signifies something. It is not jewelry. It is not make me look nice. It is not adding to my jewelry collection. It is impawu esuke sibona ngazo ingulo yomuntu edlozini. So normally sometimes omunye umuntu mabesuke bamfake ubuhlalo, because everything has a reason why we put it. So depending on the problem of a person, you diagnose the situation towards that. Kunabantu who go to a healer kuthiwe mhlawumbe their ancestor wants that type of bead, because remember, white is a pure color, it's a plain color, it's a color of clarity, it's a color of all these clear energies. So sometimes it marks a beginning of a journey with someone, or a beginning of something, or of a healing process that is about to happen in their life, or a certain enlightenment that is in their life. So umuntu suke akulapha. That is why I say, if you have a problem spiritually and uhamba umuntu thizeni, if you go there and that person sees ukuthi, let me put blue beads on you, see the process through, like put those beads on and see the process through, and understand from their perspective and your spiritual perspective why they are putting on these blue beads for you. Because at the same time, we put on these beads and then uyangala utai angsai gugogo mpho, and at that time you don't know the process. Maybe within those beads, maybe uhlale uligobongo within that, because yimbawa always say there's a reason why we also wear the beads on our wrists. There's a reason behind everything. So also, if you haven't seen that, ngokwedlozi, or maybe after that certain phase of healing that unyanga yakho or whoever omhambayo is putting you through, kundlula that certain period of time, sekakwenziile the process. That is why it's important to trust the process. Nina nifuna umagic, guys. Trust the process. Izinto zedlozi, ebabathe edlozini kuyabekezela, sikhuluma ngezinto ezifana njengalezi. So until you see the change in that, then mhlampe ephupheni you will dream of idlozi lakho having you wear another color of beads. Kusho ukuthi so yakhula lana, we are now moving spiritually. There's something that is happening. So I'm not one for people that like will wear all the color beads. I always say you need to have a reason why. What are these beads for? There's a reason why, and the beads mean different things to different people depending on their spiritual journeys. So I cannot say red and white, because also how you do the beading matters. The number of beads you have, for example, maybe I'll make an example. Your 2 red, your 2 white has a reason, or your 3 red and 2 white has a reason, or your 1 red and 2 white. Everything has a reason. So it's important that those questions are valid before umuntu angagaqa ubuhlalo. You also confirm nedlozi lakho if it's something that you should do, or ubona the process ukuthi mhlawumbe kulo muntu kunento ayibonayo wena ilihlo lakho lisavalekile, then see the process through. If kuthiwa wear these beads for 14 days, then wear those beads for 14 days. If they say wear those beads for while you are in the process of ukwenza want to wear those beads, ubone ukuthi what happens, right, Gogo? Okay, I'm skipping. If I just read your question, I'm gonna skip you for now. I'm trying to get through everyone so that we have time. Thokoza Gogo, is it possible ukuthi idlozi lingena ebantwini abaningi? Yo, this question. So idlozi, there's a reason why we say our ancestors choose us, right? It's just that la uzothola kunama family asile, ne, and then maybe in instances where kubangwa idlozi, and then they will make you feel like idlozi lakho idlozi alingene ebantwini abaningi. I'll make an example about myself. Almost half of the people abathwasile ekhaya in my family, especially my mom's side, most of them abonkomi yahlaba. And they all claim that it's their dlozi, because sometimes you find ukuthi uma idlozi libangwa gogo, you will always hear those stories, but I always say idlozi likhetha, ukhethwa ungakafiki lana, usabhakwa in the spirit that kulotshiwe ukuthi umpho uzoze emhlabeni and is going to fulfill 1, 2 and 3. Isipho sakho. That's why I say ngingasusa bonke ubuhlalo, ngishisa wonke amabhayi, indumba ngiyenze ibomfire, and live my best life as if nothing is happening. It's not like Idlozi is gonna say, girl, bye, I'm leaving you. It's a covenant or a spiritual agreement that is there, that uzonikezela mina whether ngiyavuma or angivumi, but the truth of the matter is isikhwama siza ngakimi. So all of that stuff, umuntu ozokutshela lento leyo ukuthi idlozi lakho selijampile lingene kuzibanibani, loyo muntu is speaking utter nonsense. They don't understand the spiritual world. They don't understand how idlozi works. Idlozi is not a bouncing spirit that goes hopping, club hopping from people to people. Hey, namanje sengihleli kuvela, manje sengihleli kumpho, manje sengihleli kuThembi ngoba wena angifuni. It doesn't happen like that. Idlozi lakho, when it is assigned to you, it is assigned to you because also there are so many elements to look at, from the type of your life, from who you are as a person, your spiritual characteristics. Kune bond esuka ibe khona between umuntu nedlozi lakhe that no physical person can understand. So if bathi idlozi lakho lingene kuzibani, gogo, that's utter nonsense. Idlozi lakho, whether you take 50 years ukuvuma ubizo, idlozi, one thing I know about it, magwe lakho elakho, nobody can take idlozi lakho away from you. Like I always say, idlozi alihlala ebuhlalweni, alikho ebhayini, alikho emtuntwini, idlozi liwena. That is why uma uvuma, you become one with who you are, and that is your spiritual guide. So all of these things, as sure about to sometimes to intimidate people, to make you feel as though humble twasa manje, because if you don't go now, things are gonna fall apart. It's not even gogo. So please don't be pressured. It was like balege. So with me, I experienced this to a point of even my Nzotini, my Lozi's sister, Ube Sangoma naye, because and literally there was a family member that told me that, please, you can take the sister and give us unkomo. And I was like, what the fuck? So it comes to show that sometimes amanye family asile kunokubangwa kedlozi, and then that is why uthola abanye abantu baganga bese bayagangela. So it's not even that deep, gogo. Don't frustrate yourself. No one can take away who you are. Isipho sakho into mayikwe yakho ayikho. Ungahlala 50 years uvala indumba, uyivula after 50, you still continue where you left off. It is yours until you pass over and decide to pass it on. Ifana nalento yabantu who will tell you ukuthi bavala idlozi bona ngeke bathwase. Look at their lives. Look at their lives. Ezinye izinto, it's not such. I feel good to the minute we stop looking at amadlozi ngathi abantwana abancane abana-3 who are there to be silenced and reprimanded, our spiritual lives will be a lot better. Lungile says, my bundles are depleted with lousy work, hoping one day they'll come through for me. Coco, that's a struggle for all of us. Your bundles will be depleted and redepleted and redepleted and depleted to be depleted. That is the journey. That's why when we say this is not for everyone, we are not joking. I don't know how many times I've had depleted bundles. I tell you, if you were to see my resignation letters that I've sent to the losies, you'd be shocked. This 7 years didn't come by me like chilling. It has been a lot. I don't want to lie. It has been a lot. It has been a lot happening. So, indlela yedlozi gogo inzima. Ifuna umuntu o izokutesta, izokuvunguvunguza. You just need to be determined. You need to know. Once you sit down with yourself and understand and realize that you were chosen for a reason. No, depleted. I always say, sometimes people don't say this a lot, but it's good to take a break from your spiritual life. Maybe especially when you're a healer, it's good to sometimes just breathe. I take those breaks. They are necessary because it can be a lot. You are helping people, helping everything. And who is helping the healer? Nobody. So sometimes even if you go on a month's leave or 2 months leave, it's okay. You won't die. You are human at the end of the day, and you get tired and you get depleted. So if you feel like that, I always say it's time for a new chapter. So allow yourself to feel like that. Take some time off. frustrate you ukuthi, oh, today angiphahlanga or anything like that. Gogo, we've been at this. So take time off. If you needed to take time off, clear your mind a bit, rediscover who you are, and then maso regatherile strength sakho enough. Come back again. Bogogo, as pushing again, buy new data and do what you need to do. That's the beauty of your spiritual relationship namadlozi wako. They see and know everything. Like, it gets tiring. That is why they themselves go on lozication. It's not a walk in the park. It's not a walk in the park. It is not a walk in the park. That's why I say live your best life and don't be a better ancestor. It is not a walk in. That's why Nabo, they go on a lozication and they don't tell you. Like, they just go, like, they just go and they peck. Ugogo nomkhulu guys nomkhulu loza lugogo guys. They plan a girls trip, bahambe bayifaka ama bikini, chill somewhere in Monaco, and they chill. Like, they are not, they are abekho lapho makuyisikhathi sabo sokuthi siyaphumula, they rest, because it's a lot of work. So that's how into now it can get too much for you as umntana wedlozi. So if you're feeling depleted like this, take a breather, go laugh, go meet your friends, go hang out, go out, or go on a small trip, take some time off. It's normal, because people are too quick to say, hey, you've neglected Indumba. Come and sit in my shoes for 365 days and tell me this shit you're talking, because these shoes are hot. It is hot, because once it's go, there is no looking back. So take some time off, Gogo, before you fall into mental health matters. Yabona manje kukhala igubhu kaze ubani lo thwasayo. Okay, behind the scenes we're not doing any okay, sorry, I'm trying to read your questions. I need okay, I think I did answer something like this. Okay, Matiliso says, Gogo, is it a must that twins should go especially together if one has a calling and the other one has it but doesn't want to go? Should the other twin be forced to go, Tasa? At the end of the day, you are twins and you are also individuals. I personally, I am not for that, because at the end of the day, you also have to live your own life. The only disadvantage sometimes with twins is that they have this codependency between them. So when one goes to something, the other feels obliged to do something, unless I'm twins, maybe I too, but it is a lot. You are two bodies, two individuals, two souls. You should be as that, because you are in separate bodies. So it does not mean that because mina nginedlozi now where you need to go twasa. There's ways around all of these. Maybe there's a certain rituals other people perform, but I'm not against it, because the thing is that ukudla intwaso gogo is a very sensitive thing. And now if ngizokudlisa intwaso as a twin, just because you're a twin, I don't know what that is going to do to your life, because everyone has their own angel, their own guardian angel. I first need to know what is your guide saying about that, because now if uzoza utwase idlozilagampo because we're now umponyana, it's a lot of back and forth. But that's why I'm saying the dynamics around that differ. But me, not personally, I don't operate like that. If idlozi liqondene nomuntu, let it go emntwini, likhulume kuye, lichaze, then utwin uzokhululeka. But hayi ukuthi udla intwaso. Ngoba ukudla intwaso, that is why abanye abantu post iphehlo baqakeka. Intwaso iyagulisana gogo, ibuye ihlanyisane. They will scare you, but uzohlanyiswa idumane. Uhlanyiswa intwaso, ukudla intwaso is not something to take lightly. Sometimes for especially abantu abathwase who were not supposed good bathwase, sometimes when you go back and understand, their lives are stagnant for because of lentaso waidla. So intaso gogo is sensitive. I'm in between in that. Lungile says amen gogo. Noma ungashiya or ushisa konke idlozi aliyindawo lihlale likhona even if alilizivezi njalo. Injalo mntu omdala. Okay, so I went to Tosa, ngalivuma idlozi, but angakaphothuli ngenkomo. Now I'm directed to another gobela to go for another initiation for amanono, where I have been shown by my idlozi. You anikhathali ukuhlala emaphehlweni, mina asoze chomi. Angeke angiyidlali leyo game. There's a time and place for everything. Okay, so uhambile gogo wayothwasa, awukakaphothuli, manje uzohamba uye komunye ugobela, usesene-pending la. How are you gonna operate these things? Because remember, impande nempando ehambayo kunezinto zakhona ozidlayo, kunemitho eyidlayo, uyagcatshwa, uyakhothiswa, uyajampiswa, uyenza yonke lento le. Yengisho impande yakhona leyo, bese soyongena kulena la usabopheyile impande, and then uzohamba wenze lamanono, asazi ukuthi inkomo yalapho uzophothula na, and then you're gonna come back bese uthi ugobela ukuvalile, because people are too quick to say that. There is a reason why kuthiwa sikhokhe inkomo kagobela, noma you are reimbursing noma uyabonga, because usuke ubonga idlozi elidlisa impande lelo, and there's a reason, because ezinye izinto I can't go into detail about because not all ears listening here are fully grown spiritually. Inkinga gogo leyo ozama ukuyenza, I don't think idlozi lakho can shuthi wena basically you are committing spiritual fraud. You are moving from one iphehlo to another to cover a gap. Awukaqedi la gogo, awukaqedi. Isangoma ngokuthi sicede siphothule, silungise into zalo ekhaya kibo, sibuye ekhaya sifakwe ngeinto zalo, sihlaliswe emndlini yayo yogogo, liphethe ishoba namathulusi walo, uphothulile lapho, ucedile. So now it's like you're dropping out of the school to go to the school. So I'm trying to balance the two. Your dlozi is showing you another place. Why are they showing you another place if you haven't completed here? Did they show you this first place to start off with? How did we get there? That's my question. So it means mhlambe kune khona la kungana communication kahle khona. Maybe la uziyele kuqala bakudecidela ukuthi bona mele bakuthwasise. Hey, kuningi gogo. Kuningi. Into zedlozi ziningi, and sithosa every day uzothosa uziyengene ethuneni. There's nothing wrong with ukuhamba uyothwasa, but mina my concern is now that masoba addicted to this codependency that is happening between you and the gobela, you and the gogo. You need to decide what it is you want, and then you need to start growing, because for as long as usese in and out of iphetlo, you're still a spiritual baby. You still need to grow as a person. So I need to understand, how did we get here? You know, because that's why ngithi ebantwini abanye abantu bayathwasa and they're not supposed to thwasa. That is why uzothola umuntu athi ngahamba ngaguqula impande, or ngahamba ngashintsha ugobela, or ngahamba ukwenza, like kuba ne story nje if uyazi ukuthi uphumile and ucommit ifraud. So it's situation yakho gogo it's leaving a bit of a bitter taste. Okay, we are 50 minutes in, and I'm just gonna give it, I think, 20 more minutes before I am depleted myself. So please don't forget to like this video. Let me catch a breather. Yeah, people's problems are exhausting. Okay, I'm not doing any dream interpretation. Please note I did say this at the start of the live. Silver says this whole thing of ancestors blocking someone's life, blocking blessings until Hoshi's take, it doesn't make sense. It doesn't make sense because it's not a thing. It's like, how can I put it? You are in a spider web. So until you do right, all your things will come access to you. That's why go and watch the previous video I did when he spoke about stagnation and all of that. It'll give you an answer. Okay, Tota Goga, is it possible to have umoya and also to twasa, like double, which being a prophet or idlosim? I touched on this topic when we were speaking about Sangoma, non-prophecy, and I explained the dynamics between the two. Same papa, same stew, just different ways. I also have a problem with people saying lo unomoya, lo unehluzi. And then they say we are all under African spirituality. I don't know how some of us as people think. We are all spiritual healers. Umoya lo ogim or whatever. Because I think they're just thinking of a cloud that is floating over your face. Unomoya wena and lo unulus, there's a gogo standing there next to them. All spiritual gifts come from our bloodline or family lineage, however you choose to look at it. And they manifest themselves differently in our lives. How the calling works is according to your spiritual guide. The reason why sinaba prophet nezangoma, remember, Gudala, there was an act passed, eti izangoma, are looked at as witch doctors or anything of this caliber, especially around African spirituality. It is looked at as witchcraft. So the only way you could actually be free to practice your spirituality is if you are under a church. And that is when these African churches were born. And that is why kunaba prophecy okuthiwa unomoya akanadlozi kunomoya. So lezo inkulumo lezo, we need to decolonize our mouths from that, because that is colonization speaking right there. We are all going through a spiritual calling, but now idlozi maseliza kuwe lihanda down isikhwama lizosihanda down ngendlela naye angayo. Remember, I explained in even the previous video that you leave amathulusi wakho la ushiya khona, and that is why uthola ukuthi kunomuntu ozobeke aphethe lezi zinto aziphethe besidlozi mhlambe limkhombe esontweni noma limkhombe maybe idlozi belisebenza ngento ezimhlophe ama iphika and all of those things. So it is it came from that. And the number of izangoma to profit was like this, Gdala, because the liberation spiritually was not what it is today. So today the number is always, it's always there, but because there's spiritual liberation. So that's how about all of this thing of prophet or isangoma. But if you look at it, it is one in the same thing. It's just that our paths are different because of the routes our ancestors walk. So I look at isangoma and say that if it's ilozilacom, it is one of those few rebellious elders that lived wakudala who said through and through ngizoyilanda mandulo, ngizoyilanda ngesintu. But ngapha kwa-prophet bekuzama ukuyimolda to make it appealing to the public that I'm a prophet at church. I am someone that sees things or whatever, because whether you like it or not, that is why uzothola ezangomeni kunomuntu ozokusebenza ngamanzi, kunomuntu ozokusebenza far from izinto that you'd expect from ubungoma, because I always say ubungoma, it's an umbrella of different spiritual branches. So that is why you find all of these things. They don't stem from the sky. But then a confused person will say, "Nginedlozi bese ngiphinde ngibe nesiprofita." It's not like that. Unedlozi, because when you walk this route, kusuke sibiza ukuthi idlozi. So awunamoya awunadlozi. Umoya nedlozi, it is one thing. It's not like ugogo wakho uhleli in a cloud and owami uhleli in a hut somewhere. It's from our ancestors. Who and what we have is from amadlozi wethu. So when, because ugogo wakho or ukhokho nokhokholozi wakho, they were protecting their spiritual lineage. They took that journey via church. That is why egini kuthiwa hayi ninomoya, no, ninedlozi kodwa nina anthwasi ngendlela yobungoma, because the ugogo broke that thing uma ethatha lendlela eyilungisa ngesiprofito. But if you can look at the similarities, we move with music. Uma uthola umuntu onesiprofito umshayela isigubhu, hey uphatha ama-pipe, what is that? They are going into a trance. Bavuka yini idlozi. But angisho emasontweni they wanna make it look cute. Thina ngapha mawushaya isigubhu senzani? Yo, my babo, my nice chili sauce. Uvuka yini idlozi. They use water, we use water. So it's I think it's a misunderstanding that I think needs us to go an extra mile to make people understand. So I hate someone's making umuntu oyisangoma feel lesser because yena athi umprofita. Umuntu eze kuwe as umprofita seeking help, uyamhlola, uyamhlahluba, you give them guidance. You do this, you do that, you do that, you do that, and you see things that happen prior, you see things that happen in the present, and umuntu eze kimi ngiyisangoma, I sit down with them, I see things happening, I give them guidance. It's just that sila kodwa wena abakini bakhetha left, mina basekhaya bakhetha right. But literally spiritually sifola under yonke le umbrella yokuthi we are carrying on izipho zasemakhaya wakithi. So it's not better just because yours has a speaker, you know. That is why uzothola abanye bafaka iphika, bafaka ubuhlalo fika lana kuma elbows. I always say, just chill. Can we just chill for a minute? Because we are also fighting, contradicting this African spirituality thing between ourselves as African people. It's sad to watch. It's very sad to watch. So that is why it's something, the only way you could be free guti ube wuwe was if you were now addressed as umporofita, ukuthi uyaprofita. Kanti nathi uma sivuke idlozi ngithi yebo kakhulu, uyabona manje ke sengibona okuthize nokuthize ngawe, ngiyakuprofita ukuthi thina sithi kithi sishaya umhlahlo, ngiyakuhlahluba. Oh, asikhuleni bantu abamnyama, asikhuleni, let us grow. Okay. I think I'm gonna take a few last questions. Okay. And whenever I see this question, I just laugh. Okay, this Gogo is asking, what is the difference between inzuza, inkanyama, and mdao? I did do a video on that. I just don't want to go into a lot of detail because it's a long explanation because we don't have much time. But I did go into detail around that. There's a video I did, I think one of my first videos. It's types of amadlus or something along those lines. But I feel also, as people, um in terms of those type of topics, I want to then really understand what this is and what that is. We draw the line. Personally, I draw the line because it's what I call imfihlakalo when it comes to into zamadlozi, because ezinye izinto, they are beyond the physical, right? They are more of a spiritual, and there's also certain level of respect. Yo, and there's a reason why noma uhambile uye manzini and you can't, you want to see these things and you don't see them because they are they are not meant for everyone. I think I will get into that. Me, not personally, I don't like conversating about that. I do have videos. You can go to my old videos where I touched on those topics. That's why even when I did those videos, I would first consult with Abo Gogo and ask them first to go to, can I address about this, because it's a very sensitive thing. Iyahlonishwa. Awuyibeki nje esidlangalaleni. Iyahlonishwa. We might joke about it, inyoka inyoka inyoka, but in all honesty, I even get chills when I talk about that, because if I were to really give you my eyes and show you what we mean in terms of that, you won't sleep. You won't sleep for days. You won't sleep for months. It's not something easy. It's not something easy. So ezinye izinto imfihlakalo zikamoya ezisuke ziza nedlozi elakini, because ezinye izinto zisuke zikhethane ne-bloodline yakini. That is why, oh gosh, I'm going in. Let me refrain. But it's a topic for another day. It's a topic for another day. Dineo says, thank you for your spiritual teaching. They mean a lot. Thank you. Thank you for being here. Thank you. Because also, I think with these social media things, we have exposed so much of the spiritual things, especially when it comes to I think our African spirituality, that there is less protected. I think I'm one of the few people that still really understand how far we can go. I can talk to you about everything, but gunama conversation that I can't have them just in here, because I'm not talking about umuntu lana. I'm not talking about intanga yami. Yo, I can't go into detail. I'm talking about something very, yo, like there's a reason, and like, yo, there's a reason. I can't think it do that to myself. I want to say something, but I'm gonna try keep my mouth shut. But there's a reason why sihlonipha indlela lezi esizihambayo ngokwedlozi, because ezinye izinto ziyimfihlakalo and they'll forever remain that way. That is hectic. I don't like those content. So people that sit with you guys for hours in Zunza, in Kanyamba, in Yoga, those people have energy, and I think they have not experienced that level of spirituality. They haven't gone that deep. That's why they are just speaking nje. Hey, mawubuya endleleni lezi esibuya kuzo, awumane nje uvule umlomo wakho ubhede nje. You really are cautious with what you say, because you don't want to also, there's a reason why, mina personally, there's a reason why ngibiza ukuthi imfihlakalo. There's a reason why why ngithi imfihlakalo. Yo, I'm blabbing, I'm rambling because I'm just walking, I'm tiptoeing around. As it is into imfihlakalo gogo, I will never get to those topics. Just in J over lunch and cakes. It's very deep things that need someone to be spiritually matured and grown. And for me to expose imfihlakalo like that to just a random a person who's just curious, that just wants to know, it's not nice, it's not good. And that's good. The little we have, we need to protect it. So you don't just open your mouth and just talk about these things. They are what they are. They are imfihlakalo. And if I could go talking about izinto of now, the spirit and abantu indaba zasemanzini, I'm not having those topics. I'm not scared for myself. I'm just respecting what I am, and I'm also respecting my things, because I don't want my things to walk around naked. No, my things need to know that I respect them. Thank you so much, Sam Gelisio, for that distraction. Okay, says Thokoza gogo saqala ukwazi ukuphuma othenge ngazona ngishisa. Oh, sorry. Oh, it's a dream. I'm so sorry. I'm not doing that. Okay, guys, let's wrap up this live. I'd really like to thank you all for joining and coming on. It was very insightful. Please do not forget to also stay on the channel, binge on my old videos. They're very much informative, they're very much nice. You'll get all the answers you need. I saw someone ask about do I still do online consultations or consultation. Yes, I just took a break. A girl took a break. It's allowed, it's allowed. But I'm going back to work in April. So as soon as I come back from my things, I'm gonna be going back to work with that. So I think all necessary details will be shared and blah blah blah. And I also know there's still a lot, so I don't want to go into detail around that, but I'll be going back to work in April. So from me to you, thank you so much for being a part of this channel, and thank you so much for appreciating me into your homes for the past 60 and 68 counting minutes. It's been an informative, I will definitely save this live so you don't have to feel shy about anything. Just come and view this video whenever you want to view it. It's chilled, it's okay. And don't forget to also like this video. I used to like playing music on my videos, but until YouTube gave us the copyright thing, I was like, girl, bye. Imagine now our lives are boring. I used to like playing music, but we can't do that anymore, because if I put music, copyrights will come back and this is a 9 to 5. So thank you so much, guys, for your love and patience, and I will be seeing you very soon. And from me to you, it is nothing but love and light from myself, Gogo Unkomiyahlaba Mpobadi, with the advocate of Idlozi, Umama Gazeli, and no Mama Gapunjununus. I will definitely see you on the live videos. So yes, I owe you 3 more videos from our channel takeover. So I'm just gonna take a breather today, and I'm also gonna take a breather tomorrow, and we might be back with our final videos on Thursday. So if you still have any a topic suggestions, please make sure that you head on down to that video or that post I did and just comment underneath that. So really, don't touch Papa, so that you can be acknowledged, and probably your topic is gonna be next. So we have 3 topics. Maybe I cheated myself. Maybe yesterday's video was supposed to be number 3. But anyway, it is what it is. So thank you so much, guys. I really appreciate you for your time. Nothing but love and light. Enjoy the rest of your long weekend, and if you're gonna be out and about on Monday, please make sure that you are safe safe and well looked after. Enjoy your long weekend. Stay blessed. Take care of yourselves. Love and appreciate your losies. And don't forget to patla and pray in Jalunji. I'm signing out. Goodbye.